take away everything you want. Download all your stuff. They believe that your stuff is your stuff and that you should be able to download it all anytime you want. I like the old name, the Data Liberation Front. And so every once in a while, I go in and download my data. So all my mail can come down as a zip file, all my pictures, all my, if I wanted to, all my Google Plus posts. Yeah. All of that stuff I can download and keep copies of. So, you know, if you worry that Google's going to lose your stuff, you can do that very, very easily there. That's one of the things that I very much like about Gmail.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. I'm glad it wasn't me who couldn't find it. I'm glad it doesn't exist.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, have fun. Yeah, I'm looking down the list here. It is at takeout.google.com. And it's your Google Plus, Blogger, your bookmarks, Calendar, Contact, Drive, Fit, Photos, Play Books, your books, pretty much everything. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Back in just a couple of minutes with Dave Enright, Steve Ray, Gabe the intern, me, Nick Francesco, and you. It is 19 minutes after the hour. It is Sound Bites. It is member-supported Jazz 90.1.
Computer talk you can understand. More Sound Bites is next on member-supported Jazz 90.1.
Ready to become a member of Jazz 90.1? It's easy to do, and it feels so good. Just call 966-5299. That's 966-JAZZ, or pledge securely online at jazz901.org. And remember to check if you work for a company that matches donations. This could double or even triple your pledge. Anytime is a good time to become a member of Jazz 90.1.
The success of any business depends on its ability to offer value, a great quality product or service for the right price. Businesses themselves need to get value for the things they need as well. As an underwriter of Jazz 90.1, you can get the word out about your business, what you do, where you are, and how to reach you. Underwriting messages are straightforward, simple, and easy to remember. Underwriting at Jazz 90.1 is a great way to promote your business while supporting public jazz radio. For more information, call the Jazz 90.1 business office at 966-2660 today.
If you want to support Jazz 90.1 a lot, but your budget says only a little will work, there is a way. It's called the Jazz 90.1 Jazz-O-Matic membership. You can support Jazz 90.1 with a monthly gift of $10 or more, while enjoying the many great thank you gifts that we offer. Jazz 90.1 will deduct that amount automatically every month, and should your circumstances change, you can cancel at any time. Support Jazz 90.1 the way you want to, without bruising your budget. Jazz-O-Matically. For more information on becoming Jazz-O-Matic, call 966-5299 or pledge online at jazz901.org.
Hey, Jack, how's your car doing?
Well, things ain't what they used to be.
Oh, you mean like smoke gets in your eyes?
Yeah, and I can't get started.
When you're ready to face the music and replace your old vehicle, why not donate it to Jazz 90.1? We'll even come pick it up. Jazz 90.1 gets the cash and you get the tax deduction. For more information, call 966-5299 or 966-2660. Donations to Jazz 90.1 are deductible only if you itemize deductions.
What's small, attractive, and worth lots of money? It's the Jazz 90.1 member card, and now it's worth more than ever with the addition of 35 wineries to the list of restaurants, stores, and other businesses in the Rochester area, discounting prices exclusively to members of Jazz 90.1. You can even use your card when you travel in the United States. It's a great way to reward yourself, all while supporting Jazz 90.1. Don't have a Jazz 90.1 member card? Get one by making a pledge of support at the $90.10 level and above to Jazz 90.1. For more information on becoming a member, you can call 966-5299 or make a donation online at jazz901.org.
Hello?
Hi there. Just booked the client meeting for tomorrow afternoon. Figured you're driving to your seminar in Buffalo, so now would be a good time for a quick
Head-on collision on Lyle Avenue. For website commuters, watch out.
Calling or texting a driver? Yeah, you're that distracting. When you call or text, first ask if they're driving or wait for a safer time. Visit youarethatdistracting.org to help end distracted driving.
And now your Jazz 90.1 weather.
A couple of rounds of showers and thunderstorms likely across Rochester, Western New York, and the Finger Lakes. One comes through during the morning. Another round scattered about the area will come through in the middle of the afternoon, some with gusty winds, hail, downpours at any point, temperatures in the low 80s. We'll have a shower thunderstorm around this evening with some gusty winds and hail. Mostly cloudy, breezy overnight, cooler. The low in the upper 50s, sunny, windy, and highs in the upper 60s for tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols for Jazz 90.1.
And currently right now we've got mostly cloudy skies, 82 degrees out at the airport and 83 here at member-supported Jazz 90.1.
Hi, this is Corey Howard. Join me every Sunday morning till 8 a.m. right here on member-supported Jazz 90.1.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Nick Francesco.
I'm Jay Van Wright.
And I'm Steve Ray.
And I'm Gabe the intern.
And at 24 minutes after the hour, we have Mark from Rochester, New York on the line. Welcome, Mark. What's up?
Hey, thanks very much. Nice to talk to you guys. Love the show.
Thanks.
Having a problem with my iMac. I just can't figure out. I can get to secure websites that start with HTTPS, but I can't get to anywhere else. My email's working fine. I have a valid IP on both Ethernet and Wi-Fi. I've had some networking problems. It's kind of convoluted, but I got everything working again, but I can't get on the internet.
Which browser are you using?
All three. I've tried Chrome, Safari, and Firefox. I'm on Yosemite 10.5.5. It's about a 5-year-old iMac with 4 megs of RAM. I got about 500. At least half of my hard drive is empty. I got a terabyte hard drive. And I was having major problems. I lost my internet connection via Ethernet, but still had Wi-Fi. And talked to Time Warner Cable and ended up bridging the Time Warner Cable and unbridging the Airport Extreme. And everything came back and worked, and I got valid IP addresses. But the iMac is incredibly slow, but I am getting mail, and I can connect to sites like at RIT, but nowhere else.
Have you tried connecting the computer directly to the Time Warner modem and removing your wireless router completely?
Yes, I have, and that works fine.
Yeah, it's probably something is dying in the router. We've seen something similar to that. Ironically, we had a customer who couldn't get to Time Warner Mail, but could get to every other website, could get to other Time Warner websites, but the mail.twc.com just would not work.
Well, that's what I thought last week, and we're thinking alike. So I went out, got rid of the 8-port TP-Link router that I have in my house, and replaced it with Ethernet with a Netgear router, and hooked all that up, and nothing was working until I had Time Warner unbridge the cable modem, and I went in with Airport Utility on my laptop and bridged the Airport Extreme, and everything came back up and was working. And I just sat at my computer to try to get on the internet, and I can't get on.
Have you installed anything like HTTPS everywhere? There are programs you can install that forces your browser to always use a secure connection, which is good in the long run, but there are some sites that don't offer secure connections.
Right.
All right.
Well, you know, somebody told me it had something to do with my system preferences setting under Ethernet, and then go to where it says proxies, and in the box there it says bypass proxy settings for these hosts and domains, and he told me to delete what was in there, which I did.
You shouldn't be using. Yeah, you shouldn't be using any. I'm sorry. Yeah, you shouldn't be using any proxy settings.
Yeah, it did say star.local, 169.254-/16.
Yeah,
and I deleted that.
Yeah, that's fairly normal.
Okay.
If everything works properly when you bypass the Airport Extreme, and things,
yeah, well, yeah, Yeah, that's right. I hooked up my laptop directly to both the Time Warner cable and the 8-port router and got on the internet via Ethernet just fine.
Yep.
And
so what it sounds like to me is that the Airport Extreme is dying.
Year old.
Go ahead.
Only 1 year old.
Well, if it's less than a year, it's still under warranty. If you bought an extended warranty with the computer and the router, then you can get it under extended warranty.
Right. But if it doesn't work with it and it does work without it, then it's the problem.
Yeah.
Clearly. What can happen is there's a table of information that the router keeps inside itself. It's one thing that makes it a router. If the RAM that is holding that is dying, then you will get weird results or no result when you try to use that particular entry. So it is possible that the RAM inside your Airport Extreme is dying.
You can also try a factory reset, which completely erases all the settings and set everything up new again.
Is that the little tiny pinhole in the back of it?
Yeah, you can do it that way too. You can also do it in the airport utility.
Okay.
If you can still access the router through the airport utility.
I can. Yeah, it sees it right away.
Yeah, well, one of the commands is a factory reset.
And that may help because if there is an issue with a bit of RAM, resetting it may make the modem see that problem and route around it.
And the other thing in that proxy setting, having that bypass local isn't as bad a problem. But if anything is checked on in that setting, especially the HTTP proxy, so everything under proxy should be unchecked in your computer as well.
There's only one thing checked that says at the bottom in the center, use passive FTP mode, PASV.
Yeah, that's okay. You're not doing any FTP anyway.
Okay.
The protocol's
unchecked in the proxy setting.
Yeah, okay, so that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would say start. I mean, certainly it's a few minutes work to reset it up again, right? But I would start with just doing a reset of your airport because that's the cheapest fix if it works.
Right. Yeah, well, seeing as I just went out and bought a new switch, I guess this is the next best thing to try. Is it easy to reset the Airport Extreme? I haven't done that myself.
Yeah, in Airport Utility, once you log into the router, it's in one of the menus. I don't remember which one. But yeah, the other way is you hold the paper clip into the hole while you're booting it, so you need 3 hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it carefully because
so if the
you got to hit that center of that button.
And if you push it too hard, you can break the switch off on the inside. So if you can get into it with Airport Utility, it's a lot easier.
That's safer. That sounds great.
Yep.
That sounds great.
There you go.
Yep,
well,
no problem.
I got my afternoon cut out for me.
There you go. Have fun.
Yep.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sure. What better thing to do on an afternoon like this anyway?
Yeah.
Although it's up to 81.
That was the craziest thing when we had this customer that he could not get to the Frontier email server.
Yeah.
Every other page worked fine. So what in his router would stop one request? But every other request worked.
What would happen is having corrupted entry.
Yeah.
Right. And then so it's trying to go to a website that doesn't exist or whatever. And so
it thinks it's bad.
Yeah.
Or thinks it's bad or thinks it's been blocked.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It got somehow, in other words, thinks that it's blocked because everything else working.
Right. So let's say, because the airport has the ability to do parental controls, right?
Not in the airport itself. In the computer, it does.
Oh, in the computer. All right. But it's still, that's the place I'd start. If it were. Oh,
and just because it's new, that doesn't mean anything. We like any other electronic component.
Yeah.
They can fail. Whether they're a year old, 2 days old.
Generally,
I've had them fail even out of the box.
Yeah, they'll fail out of the box in the last 10 years.
Right.
But anytime in the middle, they can fail.
Yeah, right, because that's what we say. The mean time between failures is 5 years. But that means that some last 10 years, some die out of the box, and everything else is somewhere in between.
Yeah.
And so you can't say just because it's new, it's going to work. That's why there are warranties. And that's why you can buy an extended warranty. My daughter is, paying $7 a month for full replacement warranty on her phone, which at first I thought, geez and crackers, there's a waste of money. She replaced her phone 4 times. She keeps dropping it because she carries it everywhere.
Tell her to take better care of her stuff.
Well, yeah, exactly. But you know what? It works.
Yeah, especially a phone that slips out of your pocket, or
right.
And all the trend these days of having really, really thin phones, they end up being slippery. They're glass fronts on them, so they're easier to slip out of your hands.
Right.
So then you put a case on it to protect it, and then it's not thin anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Although, I mean, I've got this one case on mine, and I'm glad I do because I've dropped it a few times.
Yeah, it's a grippy rubber.
Yeah,
which means you can't slide it into your pocket so easy.
It also means it can't fall out of your pocket so easy.
Yeah, no, I mean,
and you butt dial more. No,
right.
No, I haven't. But
how can you butt dial when you have to swipe and then tap?
Yeah,
my wife does it all the time. She takes pictures of the inside of her pocket.
Yeah, so that means you got to swipe up and tap the camera.
Yes,
she's got a marvelous butt.
I've always thought so.
I was gonna say you better watch out. You're sitting next to her.
That's a lot of muscle control.
Okay, we'll go back to the phones now. Our next caller is Richard from Irondequoit, New York. Hi, Richard. What's up?
How's your butt control, Richard?
Hi.
What can we do
for you?
Hi. Can we back up an hour to NPass?
Yeah.
That replaces like Dash Lane and LastPass. It does the same stuff,
Yeah,
right?
it's the same stuff. And it does all the same things. Yeah. Yeah, it does all the same stuff.
I'm sorry?
It does all the same stuff that those do.
Okay. Is there a way to log into it without me having to enter my primary password, or
Nope.
does that negate it all?
Yeah. The whole point behind this is it's supposed to be secure.
Yeah.
So you pick a really, really good password for the product itself.
Right.
Because that's how that password is part of the seed for creating the 256-bit hash.
I understand.
Okay, so you want a decent password for that, and it'll complain if you pick a bad one.
Right. So then all of these I'll use the generic LastPass issues do require you to enter your primary password every time you wish to use that service.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, if you find one that doesn't, don't use it. It's junk.
Right. I hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
So one of the most common threat issues we've seen is you're at a coffee shop and you walk up to get a refill.
Yep.
Someone sits down at your computer for that 10 seconds. They can make a username that they know. They can open screen sharing.
Mm-hmm.
They can copy your files because you just left it open.
Yeah.
So requiring that password to be typed, shortening the amount of time your screensaver takes to turn on so that you have to type a password. Especially on a laptop that you carry around.
Yep.
And, you step up and get up and walk away for a few minutes. You'd be surprised at what people can do in just 20, 30 seconds while you're up at the register.
Right. And so one of the nice things that I like about NPass is it saves everything on Google Drive. So it's available to, I put in a password at my desk. It's immediately available on my phone. Because it's on Google Drive, it's already encrypted before it goes to Google Drive.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's on Google Drive, it's a secure connection.
Right.
So even if I'm out somewhere and pulling it down on my laptop or whatever, it's still encrypted.
And the other point that, like Steve said, and the likelihood of somebody sitting there, like you say, can happen. But the other scary thing is they've got these devices out there, folks. They're no bigger than a tablet. And they could walk by your machine, credit cards and everything else to just be near you and suck all that information in. Because, you don't have a protected credit cards and all that other stuff. They come now, with those chips and everything else. Yeah, they've got these cases that you're supposed to put your credit card in because all they have to do is come within a foot or two. And just be standing there. You're going to be standing, like you say, in line for coffee, and boom, gather all your information. It could be passwords, everything else. But by using that encryption, that makes, now they got to have a code to get into that, and that's not there, and that's just in your head.
Right.
And that one gets you into the rest.
Right. And that encryption also means that 256-bit encryption is AES encryption is pretty high end. And so it would take them a very long time to break into it. And the reality is they'll actually go to somebody else and leave yours alone rather than
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a lifetime to, you
Right.
know,
Right.
you really would have to be someone important, I would think.
Right. People are annoyed by passwords, and that confuses me because, frankly, my opinion is every time I see a password, I think, good, this is better protected.
Yep.
And when I have two-factor authentication and I have to go to my phone, rather than thinking, crap, got to go to my phone again, I think, good, this is more protected.
And some people say, I don't have anything worth stealing. Well, you've got an identity where people can run up, get new
Open
credit cards
and everything
You've
else.
got credit cards they can use. You've got bank accounts they can access. Or you can just be the patsy that they attack someone else with.
Right.
And so, the police come to you because that's where the signal ended.
Right.
And, Joe, all right, so, is the credit card company, the $50, liability limitation that they waive most of the time. So the guy, the bad guy does it to 1 million people. Unsuspecting, regular people who have nothing worth stealing, but you do it 1 million times, you do it 2 million times. That's a ton of money for the bad guys to make.
Yep.
And so it doesn't have to be a rich, we call it a target-rich environment. That you don't have to be anybody important. Your identity can be stolen very, very easily, and it's worth a few $1,000s to someone.
Right. Back in just a couple of minutes, Dave Enright, Steve Ray, Gabe the intern, me, Nick Francesco, and you. It's 39 minutes after the hour. It's Sound Bites. It's member supported. Jazz 90.1.
Online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at soundbites.org. More with Nick Francesco, Dave Enright, and Steve Ray next on member-supported Jazz 90.1.
This is Rob Linton, station manager of Jazz 90.1. Annual membership contributions and business underwriting keep our programming on the air. The future growth and excellence of our station depends on our ability to also build a permanent base of support through an active and successful legacy gift program. Please continue your gift past a lifetime by including Jazz 90.1 in your will, trust, or general estate plans, and join us in building a legacy of giving to support public jazz radio in Rochester. For more information on planned giving, you may visit jazz901.org or call us at 966-2660. Thank you.
The success of a business depends on its ability to offer value, a great quality product or service for the right price. Businesses themselves need to get value for the things they need as well. As an underwriter of Jazz 90.1, you can get the word out about your business, what you do, where you are, and how to reach you. Underwriting messages are straightforward, simple, and easy to remember. Underwriting at Jazz 90.1 is a great way to promote your business while supporting public jazz radio. For more information, call the Jazz 90.1 business office at 966-2660 today.
What's small, pretty, and worth lots of money? It's the Jazz 90.1 Enhanced Member Card, and now it's worth more than ever with the addition of 35 wineries, the list of restaurants, stores, and other businesses in the Rochester area, discounting prices exclusively to members of Jazz 90.1. You can even use your card when you travel in the U.S. It's a great way to reward yourself, all while supporting Jazz 90.1. Don't have a Jazz 90.1 member card? Well, get one by making a pledge of support at the $90 10-cent level or above to Jazz 90.1. For more information on becoming a member, call 966-5299 or pledge online at jazz901.org.
If you want to support Jazz 90.1 a lot, but your budget says only a little will work, there is a way. It's called the Jazz 90.1 Jazz-O-Matic membership. You can support Jazz 90.1 with a monthly gift of $10 or more, while enjoying the many great thank you gifts that we offer. Jazz 90.1 will deduct that amount automatically every month, and should your circumstances change, you can cancel at any time. Support Jazz 90.1 the way you want to, without bruising your budget. Jazz-O-Matically. For more information on becoming Jazz-O-Matic, call 966-5299 or pledge online at jazz901.org.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Picture a door. On it, a sign that says, "Do not look." Every instinct says danger, but still you peek. Inside, a room full of cockroaches, which can trigger asthma attacks, rodents that contaminate food and transmit disease, and termites which cause billions in property damage each year. Trust your instincts, know the signs. Learn how to protect your family and home at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Here's the latest Jazz 90.1 weather forecast.
A couple of rounds of showers and thunderstorms likely across Rochester, Western New York, and the Finger Lakes. One comes through during the morning. Another round scattered about the area will come through in the middle of the afternoon, some with gusty winds, hail, downpours at any point, temperatures in the low 80s. We'll have a shower thunderstorm around this evening with some gusty winds and hail. Mostly cloudy, breezy overnight, cooler. The low in the upper 50s, sunny, windy, and highs in the upper 60s for tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols for Jazz 90.1.
And currently, right now, we've got partly cloudy skies, 82 degrees out at the airport, and 84 here at member-supported Jazz 90.1.
This is Rob Linton. Join me weekdays from 4 to 6 on member-supported Jazz 90.1.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Nick Francesco.
I'm Dave Enright.
I'm Steve Ray.
And I'm Dave the intern.
Oh, right. Sorry. And at 44 minutes after the hour, we are Sound Bytes.
He's a rookie. He's in training still.
I'm in training. I can't help it. You're only an intern. We don't care.
He's doing a pretty good job.
He's doing a great job, actually. Always good to have a good intern. And
there's a band called Sasquatch on Mars.
Of course there is. Of course there is. Sasquatch Skull on Mars, which you're looking
find that
for.
one, yeah. Since the face on Mars has been debunked.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were just talking during the break about all the people and their what do we call it? Idiot science. And one of the pictures shows a big rock, and people are saying it's a Sasquatch skull on Mars.
See, I was still back into our previous conversation before that, how you butt dial on a new phone, because, like I say, remember mine?
Part of it is she doesn't turn off the screen.
Yeah, but remember on mine, though, a number of times when I hit that one, I butt dial like crazy.
Yeah.
Any of the newer phones, like Steve said, you got to hit the button and slide it. It's like,
well,
that's a talent.
Yeah, it's a talent. It's a talent.
Just weird thing to think of. But
luckily, my wife is at market, but somebody's telling her right now, you know what I heard on the way here?
I have a spare room.
Yeah, I may well need it, and it's your fault, by the way.
No, I just said I find it interesting how you do that. That's a talent.
Because if you don't turn off the phone,
okay,
right, so the screen is still on, and on an Android phone, you can scrape up either the phone or the camera, right from the blank.
Hers doesn't time out though, real quick.
Well, she had it set to 2 minutes. Now it's set to 30 seconds.
But your pants shouldn't have capacitance to control the screen.
Well, no, but putting it in your pocket, you push it, you run your hand over the thing. So yeah, that happens, and so I used to get people. You used to butt dial me all the time.
Oh, yes,
your old phone.
Oh, that old phone was a pain in the butt. Well, not only really, many of
my
other,
butt, as a matter of fact.
A lot of other folks. The last person that I called, it would sit there and down. They go,
"Yep."
Well, I knew you were there because I could hear you talking, but the phone was in my back pocket. And I didn't have a clue.
What we need is a butt dial button, so that if you butt dial me, I can push the button. And you get this piercing tone that says, "You idiot! You butt dialed somebody. Hang up."
It's like that commercial.
Yeah, zap them.
Yeah, like that little charge.
Knowing you'd have it. You turn it on all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Our next caller is Ray from Pittsford, New York. Hi, Ray. What's up?
Hi. I have two quick questions. One is, I think that is LastPass susceptible to this problem, just like KeyPass is?
No, it is not. It is strictly, it's KeyPass, and it's the one in KeyPass, of course, the one I've been using for 10 years.
Okay, that takes care of that one. The second one is Chromebook. A quick comment on Chromebook.
Yep.
What do you really need to get that to work? I mean, somehow you have to be hooked up to the internet, right?
Yes and no, not all the time. I have taken my Chromebook places where there is no internet connection and written whole chapters in my book. So you don't, but as with anything, it is, if you're doing stuff on the web, you really should have an internet connection. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
But one nice thing about the Chromebook is you can set it up so that when you are connected, it synchronizes your laptop, your Chromebook, and your Google Drive. So that when, not everything, but the last, 100 things you did or whatever. So if I start a new document or I open up a document that I've been using recently, it's available to me. I can do anything I want with it, except, I guess, look up definitions on the web, obviously, if you have no network connection. And then when I go back to where there is a network connection, it automatically syncs it again.
Well, does when you're working not connected, does it have the capability of having embedded programs then?
No, because those are all out on the web. What do you mean by embedded? Wait, what do you mean by embedded programs?
Well, you said you could. I don't know. You could write a chapter of your book. I think you said if you weren't connected to the internet.
Right.
How do you do that?
Oh, you just bring up. You just double click on the document.
Google Docs.
On Google Docs, if you're not connected, you'll see the last set of things that were there when you did connect. So I see my Google Docs as if I were connected. I go find my document as if I were connected. I click on it and it brings it up in the browser to work on as if I were connected.
Okay, but you have to be connected to your Google Docs somehow.
At some point, yes.
Yeah, to update
not
it
constantly. So, like I said, if I'm connected to Google Docs at home, yeah, it syncs it up. I close my laptop. I take it off to the beach. I sit on the beach where there's no network connectivity. I open it up. I see my Google Docs. I find my document. I open it up. I write a couple of chapters. I close the thing and put it away. And that, though, all those new chapters I wrote are only on the Chromebook until I get back to my house and open it up again. Now it's connected to the network. And the first thing it does is sync everything up so that now all my stuff is saved back up on the web again.
And many Chromebooks have cellular service built in. So if you're not in Wi-Fi, which is hard to do these days,
right?
You can use cellular to get to the internet. But one of the points of the Chromebook is that most people, average people, use their computer for web and mail, which you need to be connected to the internet anyway. So almost all the time you're going to have Wi-Fi. You're going to go somewhere that has Wi-Fi, and if you don't, you can get a model that has cellular.
Right.
So when you're on the beach typing, what program do you use? There must be a program running within Chromebook then.
Well, it's essentially Google Docs
for documents and spreadsheets and presentations.
Yeah, it's the same programs you use when you're at home on the web.
I see. Okay.
It is exactly the same. What you don't have, if, for example, when I'm at home on the web, I can double click on a word and look it up.
Okay, so
Right.
that's what I meant when I said embedded program. So there's Google Docs is running in your Chromebook.
Yeah, essentially it is, yes.
Okay.
But now I can't do the things that require me to. So, for example, at home, I can pull down under something tools, I think it is. Under tools, there's a thing called voice typing. So once I turn that on, I can now dictate my book into the Chromebook. Dear John, new paragraph. How are you? ? Right? I can do all of that stuff. I can dictate my book with voice. I cannot do that sitting at the beach because that requires a connection to the internet. I can't do research. So one of the things I can do is I can say, I want to talk about orchids. And so I can look up an orchid and then put that in my book. But I can't do that at the beach because I don't have a connection.
And if you don't have cellular in your Chromebook, most smartphones have a hotspot option.
Right.
And if you're at the beach, you probably want to be at the beach, not writing your book.
Yes, in general, if I'm at the beach, I'm at the
Although
beach.
it looks like you're working, so when you're looking at other things on the beach.
Yeah, right. But I will tell you this, if you are a Time Warner customer, you have Time Warner in an awful lot of places, even at the many beaches. And certainly,
so you can use the what do they call them, hotspots?
Exactly. And in addition to that, most of my writing I do, the cliched, I go to a coffee shop, and they all have free Wi-Fi nowadays.
Yeah.
So it is actually difficult to not to be in a spot where you have no connection option whatsoever.
Okay, so then at home, if you're not near any of these spots, you got to log in through your own routers or what have you at home.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, good. That answers some of my questions. Thank you very much.
Sure. Bye. I have found that there is almost no time when I cannot use my Chromebook.
I got the cellular iPad just in case I'm somewhere where there's no Wi-Fi, because I do a lot of service calls. And we went with T-Mobile because they give you 200 megs free every month.
Right.
I almost never use my 200 megs free because there's almost always Wi-Fi. One company I go to where the office is buried too deep inside the building to get to the and their corporate Wi-Fi is secured and encrypted, and you need special passwords for it.
Right. But in general, wherever I go, somebody's got free Wi-Fi.
Yep.
I went to Brugger's this morning to get a bagel, and they have free Wi-Fi.
Yep.
I thought, okay, it's everywhere, and
there's a lot of places you can go virtually,
Yep.
and find some.
Sometimes you have to ask for the password.
Yeah.
But
right.
Yep.
And like I said, if you're a Time Warner customer, they've got Time Warner. Was it Passport? I think it's called. Pretty much everywhere. So
I've gone to some buildings where there's like 4 Time Warner networks that pop up.
Right.
I'm close enough to. Okay, why aren't they all the same name? Well, they are. It's cable Wi-Fi.
Right.
But why do you see 4 different cable Wi-Fi?
Right. You're somewhere in the middle of 4 transmitters
Yeah.
is the reason. Right there. All right, listen, you people have wasted 2 solid hours of your life. Get out there and do something interesting with the rest of your day. But we want to thank you for having spent this time with us on behalf of Dave Enright, Steve Ray, Gabe the Amazing Intern, and eventually he's going to be Gabe the Wonder Horse. I don't know where I'm going with all this. I'm Nick Francesco. We want to thank you all for having spent the last 2 hours with us. Don't go away. George is coming in to play the best German music you'll hear all week. Michael's here to keep him on the straight and narrow. And we'll be back to see you next week with a whole lot more sound bites on the truly great and solely member-supported Jazz 90.1. We will see you in just 166 hours. Be safe. Have fun.
Here are the Jazz 90.1 Club calendar.